and this is Inez, and we're with the Cole team. And today we're going to talk about buyers who are purchasing homes sight unseen, using all the virtual tools that are available to us today. And so we're going to tell you a little bit about how that process works, because we are having to do this more and more often, right?
So nowadays, it wasn't too long ago where it would have sounded crazy to buy a home
that's true.
sight unseen, but now it's such an influx of buyers from the West Coast all the way on the other side of the East Coast here in Georgia that we often have to do this. So many companies like ourselves, we are with Compass, and Compass has some great tools that allow us to be able to live stream with our clients, where they have the ability where we can do the entire tour with them. And then one of the great features that you don't always have available to you, even in person, is sometimes you see a house face to face, but you forget things. You might forget a fun feature, or you can't quite remember, did I happen to see, do they have blinds on that house, or something small and significant like that? They have a record feature. And so you're allowed to record your tour, and then you can watch it as many times as you'd like.
Yeah, which is really cool. We save it in a little portal that we share with our clients, and we can log in, we can rewatch it, we can make notes, which is just something a little above and beyond. If you were to do a FaceTime tour, once you hang up from that call, it's gone. So that feature is really coming in handy.
And nowadays, because the inventory is so low and there's so many folks coming to see a home, that a lot of times your window in which you can see a house face to face is very short.
Right.
And so sometimes buyers might feel rushed, or they might have multiple other even listing appointments at the home at the same time. So this actually, although it seemed at first maybe foreign to a lot of us until we got used to it, like all things, you have to kind of change and evolve with the times. This is definitely one of those features where we've had to evolve and really have learned to see so many benefits of it. And so being able to record it gives you the availability to take your time and kind of really, and as Sarah said, you get to save it. We have what we call our collections. And so we set up a collections for our buyers, and then you're able to see all of the homes that you've toured in one spot. And so you can compare, you can make notes, which is helpful for buyers trying to pick between different homes.
Yeah. And one thing Inez alluded to was that sometimes we are a little bit rushed. We have deadlines for offers to be in, so you don't have a whole lot of time to research, make your decision, sleep on it. So we really advise our clients who are coming here from other states, other countries, maybe they've never even been here before and don't know the area, don't have family here. Do as much research as you can up front, because you're not going to have a whole lot of time once you've seen that house. You won't have a whole lot of time to do that research to make up your mind. So you kind of have to do your research, know exactly what you're looking for. You need to know the area you want to be in, the schools that you're going for, and then that way when something pops up, you're going to be a little bit more prepared to move forward on it. So we have a lot of websites that we'll refer people to so that they can do a little bit of research. Schooldigger.com is a really good one if you're wanting to look up schools and actually hear reviews from real parents from those schools. So that's one place we might send you to. Facebook groups are huge sources of information, whether it's a parents group, a community group.
You can see if they have a swim team. You can see how active they are, or kind of, you can really get the feel. Nowadays, whether we like it or not, it's hard to hide anything nowadays. And so being able to use all of those resources, you can really check out the neighborhood, not only your neighborhood, but you want to check out the area around it. So check out the city, see if that city does certain events. Do they have a farmer's market? Do they have for Easter? Do they have for Halloween? Do they have, what kind of activities they have? Those give you a feel for the type of environment that you are specifically looking for, because everyone's going to be looking for different things. So that really helps someone to see, kind of what they're looking for. Another great thing that I always advise people is Google Earth. So Google Earth is a great tool, because sometimes people will say, oh, I saw the house, but I didn't realize it backed up to a creek, or I didn't realize there was a street so close, or I didn't realize. So this really allows you to get a 360 image. Now you can't find every home on there, but for the most part, you'll be able to find maybe 3 houses down or the neighborhood. And so those are really good tools that give you the availability to get a good idea of your surroundings.
Yeah, definitely. And another thing I will say is if you are coming from another area and maybe you're trying to figure out your commute to work, and so you're saying, okay, I want to live no more than a 30-minute drive to my work. If you're just looking at a map, you may not be getting the most accurate because it depends on traffic, it depends on the time of day, it depends on how many lights between here and there. And so that's another place where maybe like a Facebook group would really come in handy. You can post, hey, I'm thinking about buying a home in CRC. How far would my commute be if I needed to drive to Alpharetta, or if I needed to drive to Atlanta? What time do you have to leave in the morning? Then you get a really good idea from real people who are actually doing that drive and that commute every day.
Waze has a great setting where you can schedule times. And so based on traffic patterns, they will tell you, so if you put in, it'll tell you how long during this time it normally takes from get to point A to point B. So those are certain things, you can do that as well to help you. But absolutely, because I know for myself, when I moved here, I moved from up north in the Maryland, DC area, and people said Atlanta had traffic, and I was like, I'm from Maryland, DC area, like we know traffic. And then I got here and no, I learned traffic. And so it's a totally different thing. If you're not used to it, you don't realize it. And so being able to understand those things is super important.
Yeah. So we've had both of us have had a lot of clients lately that have gone through the entire process, not just looking for a house from another location, but they've made it all the way to closing without ever having set foot in the house or visiting, which can be scary for people. It can be really scary, but the process can be done and successfully. We've had clients that they've gotten to closing, they've been thrilled with the house, everything's worked out great, but it is, it's nerve-wracking, but we can get you through every step of the process from inspections all the way to closing. So
I think it's always, with everything that we do, no matter how much we speak of and we enjoy all the tools and all the technology and all the advancements, at the end of the day, it will always be a people business. And so all of these things are made so much easier when you have a trusted relationship with your agent, when you're able to communicate with that person and tell them what are things that you're looking for specifically, so that when we are doing that home tour, that person is making sure that they're just not honing in on special things, really giving you a great panoramic view of the home, of the street, of the neighborhood, having them have relationships with inspectors that then will FaceTime with you and have a FaceTime with you while the inspector is in the home, so that you can speak to them one-on-one.
Sending you videos and pictures.
Right, sending videos, sending pictures. And so in the world in which we live in, it is very easy to stay connected with people without having to physically be there. And so it just really, again, always boils down to that relationship, that trust, the communication that you have with your agent.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Definitely.
I've had some great success, and it's not only sometimes the husband comes, but the wife can never come, or sometimes the wife comes and the husband can never come. And so sometimes it's, it can be both parties, it can be only one, it doesn't really matter. But again, just making sure that there's no surprises. I think that's where people, when they feel as if they didn't know all the information, and being surprised in the end is where it can cause a problem.
Yeah. Yeah, and then, even all the way up until closing, sometimes our buyers can't be here for closing day. And there's different things we can do. We can do mail-away closings where you get a mobile notary that can even come out to your home, do the paperwork with you. We have people who get a power of attorney, so maybe they have a spouse or another family member that is local who can sign with power of attorney for them. We've done all kinds of things.
But I just met my clients last week at a house and I was there, I had their key. It took 3 weeks from the day they closed to the day they moved in. And I said, what would you like me to do with your key? And I said, I guess just hold on to it, we trust you. So I held on to their key for 3 weeks, and when they pulled in with the moving truck, I was there at the front to welcome them. Yeah, that was the first time that we had met face to face, and so we were able to get them in their home, so it was great. Yeah,
absolutely. So if you are somebody who is contemplating a big move from another state, maybe across the country, and you've got your eye on the North Atlanta area, we've got you. We can help you through this process.
And we almost forgot. And if you're not certain about neighborhoods, and you're not certain about what area you might pick, right? Because you have a big open availability in the world of a lot of us working from home, your search might be a little bit wider than usual. Do not forget, we almost forgot, but don't you forget to check out our YouTube page, and we have a ton of resources of information, neighborhood pages, city pages that really help to guide buyers on picking the best area for them.
Yeah. Watch our videos, help you, kind of hone in on what areas really speak to you and jump out to you, and that'll be a great jumping off point, starting point for us helping you find a home in that area.
So as always, if you or someone you love is thinking about buying or selling a home and they're not in the state or they're in the area or wherever they live,
they are,
just give us a call.